come to order. We'll go ahead and take attendance. If Madam Clerk, if you can open the roll. It's not popping up. Oh, quorum is not present yet. Oh, okay. Well, we will go at ease. That's a Oh no, our screens aren't showing. Okay. Oh, there they go. Awesome, and a quorum. Oh, I'm still waiting. There we go. Will, did you click yours? Yep, there we go. All right, Madam Clerk, if you can close the row. A quorum is present. We do have a short docket today. We're going to continue to stick with our 3 minutes on both sides for support and opposition, and also if you're online, will be 3 minutes for support and opposition. Please be mindful if there are other people that would like to talk. After the timer goes off, we will be ending the statement. So just be mindful of if someone is going after you. We will go back at ease for 1 second. Thank you. Delegate McGuire, HB 1525.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a substitute to HB 1525 that I would ask you to move.
Committee.
Oh, so moved.
Second.
There has been a motion on HB 1525 to move the substitute and properly second. There's a voice vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The substitute is before us.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the subcommittee. I know we are in a subcommittee of the Public Safety Committee, and this is certainly a public safety issue, but it's also a public health issue. 18 to 20-year-olds right now commit gun homicides at triple the rate of those 21 and up, and firearms have become the leading cause of death for 18 to 20-year-olds, surpassing traffic crashes and other major causes. Mr. Chair, HB 1525 is an attempt to reverse those stats in the Commonwealth and align Virginia law with federal law by raising the age to purchase a firearm to 21 years old, which is the current federal minimum age to purchase a handgun from a licensed dealer. You will see in the legislation on line 30 of the current substitute that it adds the definition for purchasing, and we have amended it as well to just be purchasing, but keeping the current allowance of possession and transport to make it consistent with some of the other legislation that is out there in the House as well. It also adds definitions of assault, firearm, and handgun, and it creates exemption to the law for cadets as part of the responsibilities or competitive activities at public higher education institutions or active duty law enforcement in the course of their duties as an officer or participant in a police academy. Some participants in shooting clubs or teams at public higher eds, like my alma mater, Virginia Tech, are required to buy their firearms as part of the sport. And while many law enforcement agencies in Virginia require officers to be 21 and over to join their department, the academy does allow 18 to 20-year-olds. So with that, Mr. Chair, I know there are people here to speak in support and help with technical questions, and I will leave it to the subcommittee.
Thank you, Delegate. Moving to the committee, does any members of the committee have questions for the patron? Delegate Zier.
Thank you. I'm just wondering, is there any historical precedent to limiting this to this age? I see, obviously we've had 18, but to move to 21, that's a pretty significant jump. Just wondering if we've ever had this before.
Delegate McGuire, our counsel.
Yeah, I can start, and certainly somebody can correct me. Mr. Chair, Delegates there, like I said in my remarks, this is currently federal law for purchasing certain types of firearms from licensed dealers, and there is a long list of court cases that have been on this issue, which I'm sure somebody can explain better than me.
And I just want to ask counsel a question. Handguns are already not allowed for 18 to 20-year-olds, right?
Correct. So if you are under the age of 21, currently, you cannot legally purchase a handgun in the state of Virginia.
Thank you. Delegate Zier, Okay, thank you. Moving to folks in the audience that would like to speak in support of this bill, please come up. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Lori Haas. This is a good bill. This aligns Virginia law with federal law. There's a friction now. You cannot pass a background check by a federally licensed dealer if you're between 18 and 20 because you cannot pass the background check. Federal law prohibits purchase by 18 to 20-year-olds of handguns. This just brings Virginia law in compliance with the federal law. It makes our Virginia State Police able to administer the background check system more readily. And we know that emerging adults in this age bracket not only are subject to gun violence as victims, but also as perpetrators. This will have a protective effect on this emerging adults in this age group. And we thank the patron for bringing the bill.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Christine Payne, speaking on behalf of Virginia Center for Public Safety. From a public health standpoint, we liken this to the age requirements for consumption of alcohol. We know that the 18 to 20-year-old brain is very impulsive, and we also know that in states where we do have a 21-year-old age requirement for firearm purchasing, we have about a 9 to 11% reduction in homicides and suicides in that age range. So I ask you to support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition of the bill, please come up. We're going to restart the clock. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, my name is Dr. Michael Huffman, and I'm the Executive Director and Professor of Constitutional Law with the Virginia Assembly of Independent Baptists, and I represent a quarter of a million voters in the Commonwealth of Virginia that oppose this bill that contradicts Bruin. The Supreme Court said that the plain text must cover an individual's conduct, and the plain text must justify a firearm regulation, which the Supreme Court, the Second Amendment, does not. This fails that test. It creates a two-tier adulthood. Full responsibility at 18, constitutional rights delayed till you're 21. You can go to prison as an adult at 18, but you can't buy a firearm until you're 21. That's an inconsistency, and it should not be. Right now, the age is 18, and with all due respect to the patron, the number one cause of death, according to CDC.gov, between 18 to 20-year-olds is not firearms. Number one is motor vehicle accidents. Number two is drug overdose, not firearms. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to speak in opposition to the bill as well.
In person right now.
My name is James Prophet.
Yes, I will come to the on. Stay muted until we call on you online. Thank you.
This is Philip Van Cleve with the Virginia Citizens Defense League. Number one, actually, counsel is incorrect. You can legally own a handgun under the age of 21. You cannot buy it from a dealer. You can buy one in a private sale perfectly legally, and you can possess it and carry it openly in Virginia at the age of 18. There is no historical preference or a historical situation where 18-year-olds to 20-year-olds were banned the carry of firearms. We strongly oppose this.
Counsel, do you mind giving us some clarity to just make sure that we're coming from the informed place?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That is correct. What the previous testimony, previously I had said cannot purchase. I should have been more specific in saying from dealers, but yes, currently there is no prohibition on possessing a firearm at that age. And so you could, in theory, get that from, say, a family member if it were passed down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. Patricia Webb, Virginia Citizens Defense League, also a licensed FFL. Mr. Van Cleve is correct. At the age of 18, 19, and 20, you can legally buy a handgun under federal law. As a matter of fact, a Virginia judge in the Fourth Circuit about a year ago declared the federal law banning the purchase of anything but a rifle or shotgun by 18, 19, and 20-year-olds unconstitutional. That is still working its way up through the courts. So I urge you to oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair, members of the committee, John Weber, NRA. We're opposed to this bill for a lot of the reasons already mentioned. I'd say, the 18 to 20 thing, the biggest thing that we're missing here is that a lot of these are given by family members and as gifts. I know a number of females in my family, when they left home at 18, their fathers gave them a handgun. They couldn't legally purchase, but they could legally possess when given to by somebody who knew them and their background. So for that and the reasons already stated, we're opposed.
Thank you. Now we'll be moving online for those in support of the bill. First, we have Ms. Kelly Roscom.
Good afternoon. My name is Kelly Roscom. I'm the Director of Law and Policy at the Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions. So I'm testifying this afternoon in my individual capacity. I support this bill. It is perfectly consistent with the nation's historical tradition as required under Bruin. Individuals under the age of 21 were considered legal infants at the time of the founding and were unable to contract for goods like firearms and were functionally unable to purchase them at the time of the founding. This was recognized in the Fourth Circuit case, ATF versus McCoy, which upheld the federal law prohibiting federally licensed dealers from selling handguns to persons under the age of 21. Additionally, as the gentleman mentioned before me, this bill applies only to purchase, so it does not affect the ability of family members to gift firearms to their relatives. With that, I hope you support the bill.
Thank you. Next, we have Ms. Ramya Swamy.
Good afternoon, members of the subcommittee. My name is Ramya Swamy. I am policy counsel for the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence, and
I think your sound went out, Ms. Swamy. We didn't hear the end of your testimony. Oh, okay. We're sorry we can't hear you right now, but you can definitely still provide written testimony. Moving over to those against online. First, we'll be starting with Mr. Kasam. Okay, we're going to go at ease. We're having technical issues. 1 second. You are up.
Hi, good evening. This is Kasim Noorani. I'm a member of the VCDL, and I oppose this bill because it is unconstitutional. Thank you.
Thank you. Next in the queue is Mr. James Prophet. And you're on mute.
Excuse me. Yes, I would also like to speak in opposition to this bill because not only does it not address the core reason as to why 18 to 20-year-olds die due to firearm-related deaths, because most of them are already illegal. Since federally you could not purchase a firearm, a lot of them actually got those guns illegally. And those that do end up dying because of firearm-related deaths, it's because of mental illness, not because of crime or homicide. Thank you.
Thank you. Next in the queue is Mr. Robert Whitfield.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm in support of this bill because 18 to 20-year-olds just have a God-given right to protect themselves. We know as kids, orphans, young adults, kids who run away from home, who have parents who are deceased that die young, only have a certain way to protect themselves. So to allow this bill to pass only puts those younger kids at risk. When we talk about going to the military, 18 years old is when you could join. You can defend your life overseas for another country, for other people, and that's fine. But when you come back home, you don't have the option to defend yourself. We know that horrible things happen every single day. We know that kids die from gun violence. We know that, people who die from DUIs. We're not getting rid of cars. We're not getting rid of necessities. A firearm is a natural necessity to protect yourself. And that's why I oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Next in the queue is Mr. William Kramer.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. I am also opposed to this bill. I have young daughters, and when they reach the age of 18, I would really prefer them, like our prior speaker, to be able to defend themselves as citizens using their Second Amendment rights. And regarding that, I think there's been either some misunderstanding of that current language within the bill, or maybe I'm hoping it's just that, because the bill itself, the
Thank you,
first
Mr.
line,
Kramer,
this
but our
isn't about
time has
purchase, this is
ended.
about purchase, possessing.
You can continue to, you
possessing.
can provide written testimony. Thank you so much. We will come back to members of the committee. Hold on, I got one person in front of you, Delegate Oates.
Sorry.
She beat you to it.
So I have a question because I'm confused by the language in the bill. So my son hunts all the time. He's hunted since he was 18. And it says any person who, while accompanied by an adult, is actually engaged in lawful hunting. Adult in the Virginia Code is an individual who is 18 years of age or older, or under the age of 18 if legally emancipated, and that's in 51.5-144. So I'm wondering how that plays out in terms of this bill.
Delegate McGuire, or is that a question for council?
I will defer to council.
The language used in item 3 that you're referring to, as you'll see, it is just copied from item 2, which is currently already in code. Which applies to going to shooting ranges or educational classes. Admittedly, I don't know how that has applied practically in those instances, but as far as purposes of this bill, the language in it, it was copied from existing code language. As far as intent or policy, I would defer back to the patron on that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Delegate Zier, I see you in the queue.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was just, as we're talking and thinking this one through, I'm thinking of the 18 to 21-year-olds that I represent that are from my district, and I'm thinking of folks that are getting families started, they're running businesses, they're buying houses, and I want to be consistent if we're going to, they're handling that very well. And I want to be respectful of the responsibility that they're already carrying. And so I cannot support this.
Delegate, thank you. Delegate Wilt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me. Mr. Chairman, I was wondering, the young lady, she was speaking and she got cut off. If that was our fault, could she finish her testimony?
Yeah, no, thank you for bringing that up. Yes, Ms. Swami online, I know we had a technical issue. If you want to provide your testimony.
Hi, no problem. I just wanted to register Brady's support for this bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. We are still back in front of the committee. Committee moves by motion. All right. Delegate Helmer.
Mr. Chair, move to report. And speaking to that motion,
Delegate Helmer.
I think there's been some questions raised. We know that since Bruin folks constantly seek historical precedent, I think there is excellent historical precedent for firearms limitations based on age. That includes here in Virginia, where the University of Virginia under Thomas Jefferson, so an actual author of these founding documents, banned the carry of firearms, the ownership in the institution in the 1820s. I do think there's probably precedent throughout the 20th century when the voting age was 21 in a lot of places, and so I just don't want it to be left on the record that there's not precedent for this, of which there's extensive precedent. So with that, I hope folks will support this motion.
Thank you, Delegate Helmer. There has been a motion to report and properly second. Madam Clerk, as substituted.
That's what I said.
And it has been seconded. Madam Clerk, if you can open the roll. Madam Clerk, you can close the roll. HB 1524 reports with the substitute on a vote of 4-3.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the subcommittee.
Thank you, Delegate. Next up, we have Delegate Griffin, HB 1427.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair. HB 1427 is pretty straightforward. Currently under Virginia law, free American Virginia citizens are not allowed to purchase more than one handgun a month, and this would extend that and allow us to buy, it kind of just deletes that language so that we can buy as many handguns as we need. It is America 250. There is nothing more America than being able to own a firearm to protect you and your family. And so I hope that the committee will be in agreement with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to members of the committee. Does any members have questions for the patron? Seeing none, moving to folks in the public that will wish to speak in support of the bill. Please come up. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock.
Philip Van Cleve, VCDL, Mr. Chair. Yes, there is no historical precedent for saying, oh, you can only have one gun a month or one gun a year or anything like that. There's nothing like that. This is merely a rationing scheme. We got rid of it once, and we weren't missing it at all. It got put in just because it could get put back in. Other states have dropped it as well. And in California, the courts there, one of the lower courts struck it down there. So that's the battle's going on, but there is no precedent. Thank you. We oppose.
My name is John Locklear, and this is my little sister Annabelle Locklear, and we support this bill because, we support this bill.
Thank you.
Chair, members of the committee, John Weber with NRA. We strongly support this bill, which repeals the arbitrary purchase limit. It's ineffective infringement. NRA has long criticized this unnecessary red tape for law-abiding citizens, so we support this measure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Chair. Patricia Webb, Virginia Citizens Defense League. The entire purpose for this bill was supposedly to stop what was termed an iron pipeline of trafficking and presumably firearms being bought in Virginia and sold in New York. And New York had alluded to the fact that a lot of the guns recovered in crimes were coming from Virginia and southern states. Well, it turns out that the vast majority of guns recovered in crimes in New York are actually coming from New York. And so this law is a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. And it's an infringement on the rights of good, honest people, and I urge you to support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, Dr. Michael Huffman, the Executive Director and Professor of Constitutional Law of the Virginia Assembly of Independent Baptists, and on behalf of our 250,000 voters in Virginia, we want to thank the patron for bringing this bill, and we support it 100%. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Moving to folks in the audience that wish to speak against the bill. Please come up, and we're going to put 3 minutes on the clock. I do just want to thank the young folks that came up here to testify. Y'all did a great job.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Lori Haas. We oppose the bill. This has been law in the Commonwealth. It was passed in 1993 by then Governor Douglas Wilder. It was repealed at one point, and then, frankly, problems with handguns went on the rise, and then they've started coming back down since we put the bill in. Would hope that the committee pass the bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, Christine Payne, Virginia Center for Public Safety. Yes, we do still have a gun crime pipeline, and especially to the D.C. suburbs. And we've tracked Virginia guns into D.C. We need to keep the minimum of one handgun a month so that we can maintain sort of a tap off of the pipeline. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Delegate Will.
Question for the lady that just presented. Excuse me.
Yes. Delegate Will.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I'm curious, you said that you have evidence of the pipeline from guns from Virginia. I'm not sure how to phrase, are those guns legally purchased? Are you able to try the guns are legally purchased and then taken to D.C.? They're stolen, or, I mean, what creates the pipeline?
The crime gun pipeline is a multifaceted issue. It has many sources: crime guns, illegal guns, and guns purchased through straw purchases. I can't answer your question without citing some of the evidence. I can certainly get that evidence to you if you're interested. Thank you.
Awesome. Going to the online queue. First, we will start for folks that is supporting the bill. We'll put 3 minutes on the clock. And Mr. Kasim, you are up first.
Good evening. Once again, Kasim Noorani, member of the VCDL, and I support this bill. Thank you.
James Prophet. Make sure you unmute yourself.
I'm also in support of this bill. According to the VCU study on school shooters and other gun violence, the quantity of guns and how frequently they were purchased had zero correlation with any events. It was entirely social isolation.
Thank you. Next in the queue is Mr. Robert Whitfield. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong bill. I'm sorry. Mr. William Kramer.
Yes, it makes really no sense how I can be a concealed weapons permit holder, buy as many handguns as I want, but because you're just a regular citizen and you can't, there seems to be some weird discrepancy between the way this stuff is being applied. It makes absolutely no sense beyond any type of administrivia that needs to be applied. So I'm for this bill so we can enable citizens to freely express their Second Amendment rights.
Thank you. Mr. Sabatier.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Chairman. I am in support of this bill for the same reasons enumerated by the VCDL and everybody else is in favor of it as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving over to folks against the bill. First in the queue is Mr. Mike Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Mike Fox. I'm a volunteer with Moms Demand Action in Laurel County, and we oppose this bill.
Thank you. Mr. Robert Whitfield.
How you doing again? I support this bill. There should never be any limitation on any constitutional right.
Thank you. And Ms. Ramya Swamy.
Hi, Chairman. Thank you. My name is Ramya Swamy. I'm Policy Counsel for the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence, and we oppose this bill.
Thank you. Coming back to the committee, Delegate McClure.
Mr. Chair, I have a motion at the appropriate time.
Yes, Delegate Will.
Speaking to the bill, Mr. Chairman.
Delegate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll just make a quick note. So it's interesting to me that this bill and a lot of the gun bills that we've been dealing with, oftentimes it's cited about the increase in the volume of crime and so forth. But in this particular instance, I don't know that is there any empirical evidence that this particular issue adds to that crime whatsoever. I mean, there's no relation how this adds to that crime. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, and
Mr. Chair. Yeah, I've seen no evidence that this has in any way increased gun violence or violence of any kind. And I think that even the people that said that there was evidence out there that testified today had no evidence of the sort. So no evidence that this has helped whatsoever, although it has infringed upon Second Amendment rights.
Delegate McClure.
Mr. Chair, I move to lay this bill on the table.
Second.
There has been a motion to lay the bill on the table and properly seconded. Madam Clerk, please open the roll. Madam Clerk, please close the roll. HB 1427 has been tabled on a vote of 6 to 3.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Next in the queue, we have Delegate Lopez. HB 916.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Requirements in the code for things as consequential as concealed carry licenses should be uniform and not dependent on specific organizations. When applying for a concealed carry license in Virginia, one of the options to demonstrate proof of competence in order to receive a permit is the completion of an approved handgun shooting course. The trouble is, the code currently prescribes 3 types of approved courses: either a training course that teaches responsible use, state laws, and proper storage, or training courses that are administered by the U.S. Concealed Carry Association or the National Rifle Association. The code far outlasts the life of any organization or program, and these specific requirements prevent concealed carry requirements from being fulfilled should these groups ever close or dramatically change in the future, or if they drastically change their training courses. This bill, Mr. Chairman, would provide a simple fix for this issue, removing the mention a requirement for a handgun shooting and training courses to be administered exclusively by the NRA or the USCCA. With this change, any course that teaches, 1, efficient, effective, and responsible use of a concealed handgun for self-defense outside of the home, any course that teaches efficient, effective, and responsible use of a concealed handgun for self-defense outside the home, all states' laws regarding firearms, and 3, proper weapon storage techniques would be approved to demonstrate a competence for any Virginian applying for a concealed carry license. Mr. Chairman, this bill would still allow the NRA and the USCCA to provide training for concealed carry permits, but guarantees all course providers follow the same standards. It's important that we have uniformity and not have outside organizations in the state code, specific organizations. I hope it's the will of the committee to approve this legislation.
Thank you. Moving to members of the committee, is there any questions for the patron? Seeing none, going to members of the public that wish to speak in support of the bill, please come forward. 3 minutes on the clock.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, David Mills representing Giffords, the National Gun Violence Prevention Organization founded by Congresswoman Gabby Giffords and Senator Mark Kelly. We support this legislation.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Lori Haas. We also support this bill, and we thank the patron for bringing it forward.
Mr. Chair, Christine Payne, Virginia Center for Public Safety. We support the bill, and thank you for bringing this forward.
Thank you. Moving to opposition, those wishing to speak in opposition, please come forward. We'll put 3 minutes on the docket, on the clock. Seeing none, we're going to move online. Those in favor, first we're going to start with those in favor of the bill. Mr. Mike Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Mike Fox, a volunteer with Moms Demand Action in Albemarle County, and we support the bill.
Ms. Ramya Swamy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Ramya Swamy, Policy Counsel with the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence, and we support this bill.
Thank you. Mr. Sabatier.
I support this bill.
Thank you. Moving over to those in opposition online, Mr. Kassim.
Yes.
Please turn on your camera if you're going to give testimony. Thank you.
Apologies. Yes, once again, Kasim Noorani, member of the VCDL, and I oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. James Profit.
I also oppose this bill.
Thank you. Mr. Kramer.
I also oppose this bill.
Thank you. Coming back to the committee. Delegate Zier.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Speaking to the bill.
Delegate.
Thank you. So I'm reading this, I'm thinking of another industry. I'm thinking of the nuclear industry, which regulates itself, and they have, of course, a self-interest in safety, and so that is one of the safest industries. And, you know, we're taking out the National Rifle Association, United States Concealed Carry Association, and these are organizations that have a self-interest in making the industry as safe as possible, probably you know, a higher interest even than the state would have in creating other courses to authorize. So, you know, I'm just making that observation.
Thank you. Committee moves off motion.
Mr. Chair, move to report.
Second. There has been a motion to report and properly second. Madam Clerk, please open the roll. Madam Clerk, please close the roll. HB 916 reports on a vote of 6-3.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
And you could vote too.
Oh, I could vote.
Can we record him as a yes?
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem. Delegate Tran.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. I have House Bill 1015.
Yes, Delegate Tran.
I appreciate your time. This bill prohibits people who've been convicted of a misdemeanor assault or assault and battery who intentionally selected their victim because of their race, religious conviction, gender, disability, gender identity, sexual orientation, color, or ethnic or national origin from possessing a firearm, ammunition, or explosives. While violent crime has dropped about 7% year over year, hate crimes have increased about 25% in the last year alone, according to the state police. Hate crimes that were racially or ethnically motivated make up 2/3 of those incidents, with over 60% of our hate crimes in Virginia being anti-Black and anti-Jewish incidents rising over 150%. We also saw, during the early years of the COVID pandemic, anti-AAPI hate crimes rising as well. In America, more than 25,000 hate crimes involve a firearm each year, as reported by Everytown Research Analysis of the National Crime Victimization Survey. Under current law, someone who convicted of a felony hate crime is prohibited from possessing firearms, ammunition, or explosives. But a person convicted of a misdemeanor assault hate crime may still access these deadly weapons. Misdemeanors may include physical attacks, sexual battery, or threats of violence. And while bias motivation can enhance penalties, it does not always elevate the offense to a felony. As a result, individuals who've already targeted someone based on who they are can still legally possess these weapons. So this bill helps to close that loophole. What I posit is that hate crimes motivated by bias are just, I'm sorry, not hate crimes, that these misdemeanors motivated by bias are a separate kind of category and concern for us. So I hope that you will pass this bill, and I look forward to today's conversation.
Thank you. Moving to the committee, does any members of the committee have questions for the patron? Delegate Will.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I'm not a lawyer, but my concern is the application of what you're proposing here as far as a misdemeanor, how that's treated. I know you cited some instances of misdemeanors, but on the whole, how does the law look at that, and would that be treated? Does it create an uneven application of the law, not just for this, but for anything? I'm not explaining it very well, but.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Respectfully, Delegate, yeah, I'm not sure that I am quite following along with your question, to be honest. Is there a different way you could frame it? I would be more than happy to email with you about it later.
Awesome. Okay, seeing no more questions from committee, move it to members of the public that wish to speak in support of the bill. Please come forward, and we're going to put 3 minutes on the clock.
Good afternoon, actually good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My name is Dave Snyder, 9-term member of the Falls Church City Council. Wanted to speak in support of this legislation. We have a strong view that guns should be kept away from bad actors, and even people on different sides of the debate often say that's something we should do. I think this legislation identifies those bad actors, and we support the concept of keeping guns, concealed weapons, guns away from bad actors. So for that reason, we strongly support this legislation, and thanks the sponsor, and thank you for your consideration.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Dave Mills with Giffords. We strongly support the legislation.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Lori Haas. To Delegate Wilt, if it's okay, I'll answer part of your question. In the Commonwealth of Virginia, we already make certain domestic violence misdemeanors. Those are crimes that are in the code in a certain section, and they involve violence against a family or household member. Those misdemeanor crimes are also gun prohibitory. And we have done this in the Commonwealth before, so this is not new law. We thank the patron for identifying an area of law that does, in fact, need to be addressed. When a person exhibits a history of violence, that is a huge predictor of future violence. And to continue to arm a person who has already committed a crime of violence doesn't make any sense. We thank the patron very much for carrying the bill. We hope it's the pleasure of the committee to pass the bill.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, Christine Payne, Virginia Center for Public Safety. We associate ourselves with the comments and just have to point out that hate crimes perpetuate trauma and separation among community members, and this is a very good step in disarming hate. So we appreciate the patron, and we hope that you support the bill.
Thank you. Moving over to opposition, does anyone in the room wish to speak against the bill? And we're going to put 3 minutes on the clock.
Philip Van Cleve, VCDL. Yeah, we strongly oppose this. Number one, we continue to say that a misdemeanor, a minor crime, should never take away a civil right, and that's exactly what this does, even if it's for a prescribed period of time. If this is really a serious problem, it should be a felony, and I don't understand why it's not. Otherwise, to me, by definition, maybe something happened, but it wasn't that important because the General Assembly said, it's a misdemeanor. So we strongly oppose this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. Patricia Webb, Virginia Citizens Defense League. Let's make something clear. We are in no way condoning targeting people based on their ethnicity or race or gender or anything like that. That is heinous to attack somebody like that. However, when it is a minor crime defined by law as a misdemeanor, that means it's minor. Someone should not lose their rights over it. There are provisions for repeat offenders where it becomes a felony and then they do lose their rights. So I urge you to oppose this bill. It is not right to take away rights for a minor offense. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to the online queue. First up, we have Mr. Mike Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Mike Fox, a volunteer with Moms Demand Action in Albemarle County, and we support this bill. I also want to say that my wife is Jewish, and we were at her wedding dress fitting in downtown Charlottesville when neo-Nazis attacked our city. So this is personal. I'd like to thank the delegate for carrying this bill.
Thank you. Mr. Ramaswamy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Ramya Swamy. I'm Policy Counsel for the Brady Campaign to Prevent Gun Violence, and we strongly support this bill.
Thank you. Moving over to those in the queue online in opposition. First, we have Mr. Qasim.
Good evening once again, Kasim Noorani, member of ECDL, and I oppose this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. James Prophet.
James Prophet. I also oppose this bill mainly because I do not believe that it really affects anything in a positive way. It's like taking away a guy's car because he commits road rage. It doesn't solve any problems.
Thank you. Mr. Robert Whitfield.
I agree with Mr. Prophet. Plus, I'm also looking at some class 1 misdemeanors in the state of Virginia: trespass, destruction of property, disorderly conduct, reckless driving, petty larceny. So all these things right here included with this bill should be taking away people's Second Amendment rights, is what's happening. So race, I understand assault and battery. That makes total sense. But just for, what does this say? Like almost assault, just the action of doing it, it doesn't make any sense. A class 1 misdemeanor is a small offense. Petty larceny is a small offense. It's a class 1 misdemeanor. So we're going to take people's rights away because of a class 1 misdemeanor, because of hate crime. No one wants this to happen. But there's also got to be a way back from this. And the fact that Delegate Train is not even trying to just look for the punishment, not the follow way back from this, is a problem. So that's why I oppose it.
Mr. Sabatier.
Thank you, Chairman. This is Guillermo Sabatier, and I oppose this bill for the same reasons listed by the BCDL and everyone else who spoke before me opposing it. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving back to members of the committee, and also just being mindful, please speak to the bill. Do not address, when you're speaking about the bill, you should not be talking about the delegate or the patron. Please be respectful for all of our members. Thank you. Delegate Zier.
Yeah, speaking, well, actually, this might be more of a question for council. So would indeed trespassing, road rage be captured in this?
Council.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's not my initial reading of it. I can dig into it a little bit deeper in looking at the cited code section. Delegate Zier, if you give me a moment, I'll get back to you, if the chair wants to wait.
No problem. And Chair, I did, if it's okay, have one other question, and that was...
Yeah, you can ask your second one. Go ahead.
I'm sorry?
You had another question?
I did.
Yes, Delegate.
Okay. Just, and I don't know if this is a council question or if this is maybe something the committee knows ourselves, and that is somebody who's convicted of one of these misdemeanors, is there a way back? Is there a way for this person to ever get their right to carry again?
Lori, did you want to tackle this one? Thank you.
I will say to your first question, I mean, the bill is speaking specifically to hate crimes. Only hate crimes. So, I mean, I don't know if that kind of shores it up for you, but I mean, those other misdemeanors, I mean, if there was an element to it that spoke to race, gender, religion, et cetera, anything would fall under the classification of a hate crime, then perhaps in theory it would apply. But as far as your second question, I'll let Lori answer.
Thank you. And Lori, before you go, I see Delegate McClure.
Mr. Chair, I just have a motion.
Okay. Lori?
The victim has to be chosen based on bias and hate. The victim has to be specifically chosen, and in a courtroom, they would have to prove that. And the other question was, I lost my train of thought.
Can you get your right
Yes. Currently, it is law in the Virginia that anybody who loses his or her firearms rights can petition a court and get their firearms rights back.
Thank you. Delegate McClure?
Mr. Chair, I move that we report and refer this bill to appropriations.
There has been a motion to refer and report HB 1015 to the Committee of Appropriations. Madam Clerk, please open the roll. Madam Clerk, please close the roll. HB 1015 reports and refers to appropriations on a vote of 6-3.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee.
Thank you, Delegate. That completes our work. The committee shall rise.